And how about a nice round of applause for Louis Ledford for kicking off the afternoon here, my pal. I want to tell you about this photo that I got last night. Oh, but you're gone, you're gone, you're gone. Only you will get it right. Oh, you're gone, you're gone, you're gone. I can see the way your eyes would light up, kind of like a question, then we'd both laugh. And I want to tell you the story of this photo that I got last night. Oh, but you're gone, you're gone, you're gone. I met two dancers in a seaside bar. They were gorgeous, they were travelers, they were dressed like mid-century movie stars. Whoa, what happened there? Hey! One from the Ukraine, one from Kazakhstan. In the salty air we sang Summer in Siam. That's when I got this photo that I took last night. Oh, the breeze was blowing us on to a little after party after the bar last night. We had to keep it going on. Past the guitars, night started to sway. We sang the sunny side of the street and we sang Sade. Well, I played a few ballads and it made them both cry. Kissed their hands, their cheeks, said goodnight, goodbye. You all to see this photo that I got last night. Oh, but you're gone, you're gone, you're gone. When I get home, you won't be there anymore. Oh, you're gone, you're gone, you're gone. You're on the other side with the angels and saints, with the trees, the breeze, the waves and lake. I hope you're at peace and there's no pain at your door. But I can't tell you my stories anymore. And I want to tell you the story of this photo that I got last night. Oh, but you're gone, you're gone, you're gone. The one and only needs no introduction. That's Thomas Deacon on the winds. And the surprise performer, not on the poster, but always in our hearts, right here. That's Aaron Harmon. Yeah. This is a CD release concert celebrating the release of my live record made in 2018 at the Subdued String Band at Jamboree. I hope you were all there. And most importantly, I hope you'll be there with us again, August 10, 11, 12. But this is, I think, going down, at least in my life, if not perhaps on a wider spectrum of one of the strangest CD release concerts that ever could be. We're going to do that one, which we've already done. So that's taken care of. That last one's on the record. This next one's on the record. Everything we're going to be doing after that are songs that are completely new. 6 of them never performed before this weekend, and other ones have been knocked around in the notebooks and occasionally played at the kitchen table. Some people in this room are familiar with the kitchen table. But we're starting off with these two. When they were performed in 18, they were not on a record. The rest of the stuff on the live record is off of Recitative, and that came out in 2015, so it's time for the new songs. it's time for this guitar to get in tune. It's been a journey, and it's going to be a journey. We're going to be on this journey together, and we're going to take the time to make it happen. It was hot yesterday and it's cold today. Is that what's going on? That's an interesting thought, but I mean, speaking of these stage lights, thank you. It's Glenn Hergenheim and Idiom Theater have created this space. We are the first thing they're doing for the next 2 months. They will be in this space doing plays every weekend, so keep your eyes peeled for what is coming your way. That sounded better. You look good. I always love that dress. You always will. All the years that pass, it's all right. Sun was shining on your long hair. Last time it was winter, I didn't care. It's all right. I had my chance. You had your chance too. We've been kind. We've been fools. It's all right. We had a party last night, dinner in the garden, candles on the table, one singer, one song. And I was wishing you would be here. You would love it. I would love you. And when everyone was gone, I sang one more song called It's All Right. Thomas Deacon. We waved, small smiles flew. You crossed the street, I watched you. It's all right. 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 Thank you. Saxophone. A 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3. Lots of exercisers in the park. One couple fighting, still a long time. Let's just back that up. Lots of exercisers in the park. One couple fighting, still a long time until dark. A couple fellas sleeping, vagabundos. FDR is flowing, mucho gusto. A New York City, a Brooklyn Bridge. New York City, a Brooklyn Bridge. Black and brown, chocolate and molasses, pink and cream, all in sunglasses. East River Park, you can catch a little sun. Coffee light and sweet, chow mein fun. A New York City, a Brooklyn Bridge. New York City, a Brooklyn Bridge. An old timer told me this place used to be rough. If you weren't from here, someone would take your stuff. Now it's so expensive, you gotta be rich just to be here. How do the poor survive? They persevere. In New York City, a Brooklyn Bridge. New York City, Brooklyn Bridge. Construction, demolition, hammering everywhere. Money, 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 money everywhere. Each worker has a mother, a child, a chest of drawers. Crammed into the subway, get your foot out of the door. Stress upon the body, assault upon the mind. Banter and the clatter, accelerated click of time. Food sustains the body, love sustains the soul. It takes a lot of fried eggs to make the city roll. New York City, a Brooklyn Bridge. New York City, a Brooklyn Bridge. Walking back on house and the tourists and the tramps. Orders from the alley, somebody waters plants. Not all the poor squeezed out, the sneers can be arresting. There go we before the grace of public housing. New York City, Brooklyn Bridge. New York City, Brooklyn Bridge. Underneath the Williamsburg, the shadow of a barge. Birds above the water, an old man playing cards. New York is not America, it's an island, it's New York. Rich kids come to get famous, immigrants come to work. The city belongs to everyone, make love, make passes. The lady flies a sign, bring me your huddled masses. New York City, the Brooklyn Bridge. New York City, the Brooklyn Bridge. The afternoon fades into the cries of kids. The couple who were fighting hold hands and kiss. And Romeo loved Juliet, Juliet loved Romeo. It's kind of fun to watch him with the world rolling by. Although I hold it back, I dry my eye. In New York City, Brooklyn Bridge. New York City, Brooklyn Bridge. New York City, Brooklyn Bridge. New York. Everybody! A Brooklyn Bridge, New York City. A Brooklyn Bridge, New York City. Thank you. Oh, we've had so much fun getting into this material and so much fun now to play it with all of you right here, right now. And it's hard to know what to call this place. It's hard to tell people where this concert was, is, and now we are at the happy place. And isn't that where you've always wanted to arrive? You know? Yeah, welcome to the show. Glad to have you here. You just waltz across the stage. That's all right. And there's a seat somewhere, or there's always a room at the bar. Well, we're at a round of applause for Alana's running the bar back there. Came from Boundary Bay. Thanks to Boundary Bay. It's a 100% true that I sound better when you have the option of having a beer. Not necessarily if you have the beer, but having the option makes everything better. Have a little dinner, have something to drink, have a few words, no matter what we think. Points to get made, points to get lost. We'll both pay more than we thought it would cost. Sometimes when you scream, I just see fuzz. Sometimes when I dream, I can rise above. I feel your tears no longer affect. I'm numb, all out of regrets. So we wait and see. We're bound together for eternity. Try and find some common truth. Try and figure out what we can do. In case I didn't say it, in case you didn't hear it, in case I didn't say it, in case you didn't hear it, in case I didn't say it. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. Thank you. To the lamp low, feeling a little lost. I listen to you sing, I listen to you sing, I listen to you sing. Put the kettle on, I sat down, I listened to you sing, I listened to you sing, I listened to you sing. Close my eyes, I close my eyes, I listen to you sing, I listen to you sing, I listen to you sing. I held out my hand, I held out my hand, I listened to you sing, I listened to you sing, I listened to you sing. How long's it been? How long's it been since I heard you sing? Since I heard you sing. Outside my window, I saw stars. I listen to you sing. I listen to you sing. I listen to you sing. Open the door. I walked into the night. Listen to you sing. Listen to you sing. Listen to you sing. We're gonna go to Sometimes. We'll have the great Aaron Harmon start this next one out with a little bit of help from yourselves, actually. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to sing a line. And then you'll sing it with me the second time. Are you feeling it? What and da what and what and what and what and what and what and Sometime, yeah. Yeah. You remembered. I forgot. Sometimes I feel it. Sometimes I really believe it. Choice is long, mulled over, questioned. Brought us to these mornings. Was no map, but we found the road signs. Internal, nocturnal. Sometimes I believe it. Sometimes I really feel it. Sunsets so early some nights. I used to view it as an invitation. Now I'm resigned. It's just an early cancellation. It's not that I won't make it through. Plenty I wanna do. I'll push through it and I'll be flying. And sometimes I believe it. Sometimes I really feel it. Because I don't even know who lives here. I don't know who bought this last 6-pack of beer. I don't know who drank it. I don't know who's drinking it now. There's a beautiful field in a land far away. Happy landings to you. Sometimes I believe it. Sometimes I really feel it. Sometimes I kind of like this voice coming at me from the other end of the line, helping me out from a call center. It's like they've become a friend of mine. Puts me in a good mood, then it's over too soon, and I feel like they're feeling it too. And sometimes I believe it. Sometimes I really feel it. Sometimes I really believe it. Sometimes I feel it. Sometimes. I believe it. Sometimes I really feel it. Sometimes I really feel it. Everybody. Straight to mother's eyes. Oh, I feel like I could go all night. But we're not going to. It's Sunday. We went all night last night, and we can't do that every night. It's Sunday. We're going to do one more, and then we'll take a little break, what the Germans call a Pause, and then we will have another bit of music for you here. The bar is open through the intermission, and we're so happy you're here with us, and that's the news. One more time, thank you to Louis Ledford for warming up the show.
Yeah, Lou.
And that's Gillian over there working the door all 3 nights, making sure everything is as it should be. Take us in, fellas. This puzzled look about me. Can this face really be mine? An expression of forgiveness in these crowded crow's lines. Somewhere beneath the anger pulsing in my mind, I feel the embrace from another time. Splash my face with water. Why should I be surprised? Looking in the mirror, it's my mother's eyes. side. Window becomes a mirror, blended by street lights. My child's crying woke me in the blue dark of night. Now looking in the me window is my mother's eyes. Tree branch bending over, snagged by the tide. Water ripples shyly, two circles side by side. Though she's gone a-wandering, she wakes up in my mind, watching through the water. It's my mother's eyes. That's Thomas Deacon Aaron Harmon. Take 10 minutes and back with some more songs.
Thank you.
And like, I'm not a jazz fan, so I'm not on television for that.
I doubt that very much.
Music.
Yeah.
Oh man, bring me on. I heard a song about in clarinet.
Oh, you got it. Yeah.
And also, do you mind if I steal this wing that I can send it to my son who lives in LA?
I'd be thrilled if you did. It came from me and Lucas Hicks.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
hey, we only heard you play once on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
But we bought some last night right away. We still have it, black and
It's
white.
good to see you again. Yeah, we were right over there on
I never know where I am.
we were right over there on like Holly and Commercial. Yeah.
Anyway, thank you. I'm going to steal that.
Please do. Yeah. Pass it on. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Excellent.
Wake in the half-light and the birds sing in summertime. Only April over your shoulder, your hand in mine. Making it all disappear. Making it all disappear. Morning moonlight hanging on. Sheet on your hip, you slipped into the day and we're gone. It all disappear. It all disappeared. And by now we know if we go slow, the clock is a race and get left behind. And if there's a breeze on a warm spring morning, birds in your warmth entwine with mine, we'll take it and keep it. But when a murder of dark days beats down our gaze, we'll replace it with song. April morning. making it all disappear, making it all disappear. Wake in the half-light and the birds singing summertime. Thank you. Before this weekend, this next song had only been played once, and that was the first song in our set at the 2020 Subdued String Band Jamboree that you may remember you attended on your television. And it was very wet. It was yesterday we had an August Saturday in April. That August Friday was a April Friday in August. And we turned a backyard next to Lake Samish into a television studio, and then we put a blue tarp over that television studio. And I hope you didn't have to see the blue tarp. And I'm really sorry I had to see the blue tarp. And we are going live streaming right now. John Henry's back there. You can't see him. Put your hands together for John Henry. He's bringing this picture and this sound to screens who couldn't be with us right now. I remember finding you in your apartment room, wearing my bandana. I'd left you in June. I remember feeling like it all made sense. I'm not sure it ever has since. I remember loving you in the dark of the night on some festival stage. After the lights had all gone down, we came back around. I'm not sure if I've ever been back to that town. I remember waking up in the back of the bus, rolling south on the one, feeling all of the love between the salt and the sea, the music and me, knowing I was exactly where I must be. I can't have these times back, they are gone, they are running. I can't have these times back, not even a few. I can't have these times back, they don't belong to me. Close close my eyes, stare at the sea. Close my eyes, stare at the sea. There will be more sunsets, more death and disease. There will be children, there will be heartache, there will be lovers hard to please. There will be God if you open your heart. Gotta keep it together, gotta fall apart. These times back, they are gone, they are running. I can't have these times back, not even a few. No one can have time back, it doesn't even exist. All I can do is close my eyes and drift. All I can do is close my eyes and drift. All I can do is close my eyes and drift. I remember standing, thumbing the road, way above the line, where the clouds explode, leaving water in the air. No one knew I was there. Would they find me if I disappeared? Would they find me if I disappeared? Would they find me if I disappeared? All I can do is close my eyes and drift. All I can do is close my eyes and drift. All I can do is close my eyes and drift. All I can do is close my eyes and drift. Ah! Newspaper photograph, two strangers dancing. One stranger found it, saved it in a pile. Every now and then stumbles across it. We all need a little wonder every once in a while. Some people that you love, you get to spend time with. Some people you spend time with, you wish you could love. And some of the people you love, you wonder if you'll ever see again. Goodbye, friend. There were open seats on the long train. She took the one next to him. When she looked up from her wristwatch, he made an introduction. It felt awkward and wrong. He wondered what was going on. The train slowed and he stood up. New Rochelle was his usual stop. Some people that you love, you get to spend time with. Some people you spend time with, you wish you could love. Some of the people you love, you wonder if you'll ever see again. Goodbye, friend. So many words, too many phone calls. all the noise and what with all. We all have room for one more friend. Share a conversation or leave it in the wind. Love or friendship, career or a mountain path. We're always starting over again. The long tethered walk, sitting at a bus stop. Better believe I will reach out a hand. Hello, friend. There's a dating site application. There's the weight of knowing something's gone. There's accepting it's not returning. There's an unmowed lawn. Meanwhile, we slice an avocado at breakfast. The breeze blows in another song. Some people that you love, you get to spend time with. Some people you spend time with, you wish you could love. Some of the people you love, you wonder if you'll ever see again. Goodbye, friend. That's Thomas Deacon. Here he comes. What we all share is the hour a day. We all feel in our own peculiar way. Stars make certain constellations. They're always there, but you only see them every now and then. When the clouds are broken up, when you're far away from the city, and most importantly, it's very, 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 very dark. Some people that you love, you get to spend time with. Some people you spend time with, you wish you could love. Some of the people you love, you wonder if you'll ever see again. Goodbye, friend. One more time. Oh, we're feeling good. About 10, is it 10? About coming to 10 years ago, Thomas and I did a lot of traveling together, and something happens when you play music together a lot, as Aaron and I have so many gigs we played together, and Thomas and I at one point played a whole lot, and then he moved to the South because he likes the cooking. He prefers the cuisine. So we went down there, and we haven't had, but something happens after a certain amount of time of playing with each other. You start to complete each other's sentences a little bit, and
I was just going to say that.
we were playing in Dublin at this tour maybe 10 years back, and I've, of course, been to Ireland many times, and it was Thomas's first time, and we were there early at the pub, and we had time to kill, so I went out for a walk, and Thomas was relaxing. And now I wasn't there, but the way Thomas tells it, somebody came in, somebody who I'd known in Ireland many times, but hadn't seen in a few years, and starts talking to Thomas.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Well, you may or may not know intuitively that Thomas's mother was born in Japan, which means we look pretty different.
The same.
Yeah. But this old friend of mine came up to Thomas and went on for 5, 10, 15 before you let him know.
Super friendly.
Yeah. And we thought that was a one-off, the one time that somebody approached Thomas before a gig thinking it was me. Except for setting up here on Friday, someone whom I've only spoken to on the phone walked in, went right up to Thomas and said,
Robert? And then, right before we went on today, I'm hanging out back in this area, and Lewis walks through the curtain and says, Robert, are you warming up back here? Things have changed.
If we get to Louisiana, things will be better. If we get to Louisiana, things will be fine. If we make it down to Lafayette, drink my fill and cool my jets. If we get to Louisiana, things will be better. I love San Francisco, it's true. I love San Francisco for you. Ocean blowing through a pastel shade of blue. Through the avenues, I've always smiled in Baton Rouge. Low light dancing to the blues. 2-step, 3. Whatever I had, I was happy to lose. For a while in Baton You dream of places where it's warm. Your body's been cold since the day that it was born. The rain in the Pacific West sends you low like all the rest. To dream of places where it's warm. One together, lads. If we get to Louisiana, things will be better. If we get to Louisiana, things will be fine. If we make it down to Lafayette, drink my fill and cool my jets. If we get to Louisiana, things will be fine. I wish I'd stayed. Take your sip, take your sip. We're amongst friends, we're amongst friends. I'll have one too. Need a sip?
No, I'm good.
All right, great.
Yeah, thank you.
Wish I'd stayed that afternoon. Wish I'd stayed a little longer. Wish I'd stayed that afternoon. Gotten to know you a little wider. Sun was setting in the east. The waves came from the ground. I tried to play it straight, but straight is for the clouds. Wish I'd stayed that afternoon. Remove my hands from the wheel. I wish I'd stayed that afternoon and had the strength to find out how you feel. Wish I'd lifted you so high you couldn't view the ground. I wish I'd held you in the air, wishing you'd never come down. I wish I'd stayed that afternoon. Wish my ship had broken down. Wish I'd enjoyed the view with the upside down. It won't come back again. The blackbird don't sing twice. You turn your back on the bridge, it gets covered with ice. Wish I'd stayed past the morning. Ah! Wish I'd fell into the mist. I wish I'd seen the close of day. Felt it turn into a twist. Just like it was here. Here is now gone. I went and I played it straight. It turns out I played it wrong. let me down. Come on, everybody. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. A little bit louder now. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. A little bit louder now. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. Clouds were socket in the rain. The thunder said please. I cut into the heart. I should have curved into the sea. Oh, we're feeling good. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. We have a special treat. Thomas has been here for a week. We've been rehearsing, running through these tunes, and he's been playing guitar. When I talked to him on the phone, over the last couple of years, he says, I've been playing a lot of guitar, Robert. And indeed, he is playing guitar. And he's going to play one on the guitar for you now. And Michael has been volunteering there on the merchandise. Round of applause for Michael. Somewhere in that scene, Michael, there's the mailing list. Would you mind, maybe it's in the suitcase below the table, dig that out and pass that around. And that's the best way to find out what I'm doing. I send you an email, and then you know what's going on this summer. I do intend to have a few kitchen tables in perhaps your backyard. And if you don't know what that is on a Sunday afternoon at 5 o'clock, we set up a table in your backyard, and I perform along with another guest, and you invite people over, and we have a wonderful time. If you get on the mailing list, you'll know more about that. But I am so excited to present my friend Thomas Deacon, all the way from Louisville, Kentucky now.
Hi. This is a tune. It's one of the earliest tunes I can remember hearing Robert play. So I don't know how, probably 20 years ago. And after he played it, I was like, that's an amazing tune. I came late to music. I didn't really understand how anything worked. And I was like, that's an amazing tune. Who writes a tune like that? And he was like, well, actually, my dad, Peter Blake, he wrote this tune. And he's right here. I understand that this is actually the Blake family guitar that was bought and just belongs to the family. Yeah. I guess, so, Dad, can I borrow the car? Yeah. The sun was just breaking over Montana Rockies, past Anaconda and headed back east, and coming into Butte. Oh, my backside was aching as though I'd been welded right there to my seat. And finding a bite in Butte, Montana at 5 a.m. Now that ain't easy to do, I hear. But I saw that neon and with some trepidation, yes, I grabbed the door handle and I waltzed my way through. And I was thinking, isn't it amazing what they're doing with plastics. Oh, if I hadn't have known better, I'd have thought it was wood. The whole world is changing, and I know it scares you. Oh, I know you'd stop it if only you could. She was sitting at the end of a Formica counter, gazing at the blender with a soulful blank stare. Now her pantsuit was sewn of check polyester. It clung to her bulges and set off her white hair. She ordered a coffee, and when no one was looking, she pulled out a handle from her oversized purse. Man, she poured out a strong one and replaced the bottle. She took a long pull and let out a low curse. And I was thinking, oh, isn't it amazing, oh, what they're doing with plastics? If I hadn't known better, I'd have thought it was wood. The whole world is changing, and I know it scares you. You know I'd stop it if only I could. She got up from... Nope. No, I got this. I got this. My omelet came. It was topped with Velveeta. I wondered if these eggs, if they'd ever been laid. She got up from the counter, wandered over to my table. She was led by a photo from her better days. And there was 4 people in that black and white photo, all in the uniform of Army Air Corps. And there was 2 young women, well, by God, she was one. That was the night before they all went to war. She spoke of that night and the nights that came after. She spoke on a young man who never came home, and how all the good times, oh, they're now mostly bad times, and how she can't get over feeling alone. And I was thinking, isn't it amazing what they're doing with plastics? If I hadn't known better, I'd have thought it was wood. The whole world is changing, and you know it scares me. I wish you'd stop it, if only you could. And I watched her eyes, they was moving so slow. Counter to floor, back over to me. And I tried to listen, but she weren't quite talking. She wandered back over to her counter seat. Back at the counter, she skipped the coffee completely, and she poured out another one, stronger than before. She took a long pull and then told the waitress, nothing is worth a goddamn anymore. Now the waitress just nodded, warmed up the coffee, wiped out a spill from up off the floor. I got up from my table, she laid her head on the counter. I waved, she smiled, and I waltzed out the door. And I was like, isn't it amazing what they're doing with plastics? If I hadn't known better, I'd have thought it was wood. And the whole world is changing, I know it scares you. I know you'd stop it, if only you could. Man, you know I'd stop it if only I could. I wish someone would stop it if only they would.
Time to go?
Incidentally, some paper towels over here, please.
We just have one more song for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, everybody, for being here this wonderful weekend for me. Thank you. That CD that you got when you came through the door with the price of admission is my new record called Robert Sayers and Blake One Summer Night live at the 2018 Subdued String Band Jamboree. And that, as mentioned earlier, that collection of music has almost nothing to do with this collection of music we're playing. And that's because time marches on, and it was time for me to play some new songs, but I also wanted people to hear this live record. When I heard the tape of our live show in 18, I thought, I want people to hear this, because I really think it came together as well, about as well as it could have, except for the cuts we left off of the album, actually. Those could have been better. But the album is straight up. We didn't include the first song, we didn't include the encores, but when you listen to the album, it's just a straight playthrough with actually no even seconds. Well, there might have been a little banter that I decided to put on the cutting room floor. But let's just go back and pretend I didn't let you know the absolute truth. It's exactly the straight playthrough from and on the back of that CD, you'll see that it's dedicated to Tony Falco. Tony Falco was a dear friend of mine. He ran a music venue in Marlboro, New York, which is not too far from Poughkeepsie. And I played the hoot, Mike and Ruthie's Summer Hoot, along with Thomas and David back there. And we played the hoot, and somebody said to me, they said, you've got to play the Falcon. And when you've been on the road for a long time, people will say things to you, and they're really kind, and they seem to think you have a career way beyond what you have. So they'll suggest rooms like, I don't know, like things that probably I wouldn't. Probably if we were all in them, it would feel kind of empty, like Red Rocks. They might recommend you should really play Red Rocks, So they said you should really play the Falcon, and I thought, well, give it a try, we'll see. But it's hard to talk a promoter into taking you on and trying to get butts in the seats. But somehow, after a number of phone calls and emails, we did play the Falcon. This beautiful room, kind of in the middle of nowhere, but also in the Hudson Valley. In Hudson Valley, everything is not too far away. After we played our set, and I was drinking at the bar, these teenagers got on stage, actual teenagers. They were less than 20. They were teenagers. They got on stage and they took the cover off the Hammond B3 organ. They opened up the grand piano. They plugged in the bass and they started playing. And I went, whoa, what is happening here? David got up stage, played with them. Thomas played with them. And it was the owner's son. It was Tony's son, Lee, on the drums and his buddies. And they were amazing and great. And I had the chance to befriend them, which is what I did. And then I kept on making reasons to come back around to Marlboro, New York. Even though I wasn't putting the butts in the seats at the venue, I just kept coming around. And eventually, that was the band that I had the pleasure of making Recitative with, the 2015 record. Thank you. And that is the band that's on the live record. But Tony is a COVID casualty. Everybody knows somebody. And Tony didn't make it to the other end of the pandemic. So his son Lee has taken over the music venue, and it carries on. But I'll be going back there for Lee's wedding, and that will be the first time I'm at the Falcon without Tony. Without Tony, I wouldn't have made the record and got to connect with those cats. So I remember him very fondly. So we send this last song out to Tony and to all those people that you know who didn't make it to the other end of the pandemic. Though they give me pretty good stuff, I've been laying here long enough. This cloud in mine, it's not who I am. When I lost my taste for wine, knew I was running out of time. With a twinkle in my eye, I'm saying goodbye. Moving on, moving on. Moving on, moving on, moving on, moving on, moving on. I'm ready for the ride. I can see the other side, mind drifting, body floating away. I can hear my mother's laugh. Mary's pouring another glass. Pull up a chair, making room for one more. Sing it with us, just 2 words, moving on. Moving on, moving on, moving on, moving on, moving on, moving on, moving on. And I'm just sitting here thinking about how happy I am that Aaron Harmonson ended up on this gig. Would you put your hands together for Aaron Harmonson? Let's get one more solo out of Aaron before this thing's done. Would you mind? Moving on, moving on, moving on, moving on, moving on, moving on, moving on. You know I don't wanna go, but it's a drag moving so slow. I cannot rise, I can only fall. Pain wakes me from my rest. A few hard, heavy breaths. Close my eyes and fade. Moving on, moving on, moving on, moving on, moving on, moving on. Let's do it one more time. Thanks to everybody who helped me put this show together, the volunteers at the gate, John Henry, my wonderful band, and all of you. Let's sing it one more time. Moving on, moving on, moving on, moving on, moving on, moving on, moving on. Thank you very much.